Steve is gone. The one person who might have been able to blow the silo's secrets wide open has just vanished, and his hideout has been torn apart. So who got to him, and what was on that secret recording? Let's break down all the clues. In this episode, we watch Daniel Keene and Helen Drew get closer to the truth than ever, only to have it snatched away. They managed to track down a dark web hacker named Steve A. Guy, who communicates through coded chess games and traffics in the kind of secrets that get you erased. He was their last, best shot at finding out what really happened to Daniel's sister, Charlotte. Steve had a 20-second audio clip on a cassette tape, an intercepted recording that hinted the official story about Charlotte's mission was a total lie. Based on Daniel and Helen's conversation, it seems the clip suggests the planes were taken over simultaneously, meaning the whole thing was an orchestrated event, not a tragic accident. After a tense negotiation where Steve demanded Daniel's congressional badge for collateral, they finally got to hear it. Daniel's face said it all. His entire world had just been shattered. But when they went back to get a copy, the proof they desperately needed, they walked into total chaos. The warehouse was trashed, and both Steve and the tape were gone. So let's dig into the scene, explore the biggest theories, and try to figure out what really happened to Steve. To figure out who took Steve, we have to look at what they left behind. When Daniel and Helen get back to the warehouse, the place is a mess, but it's a calculated mess. This wasn't some random break-in. A regular thief would have grabbed anything valuable and bolted. This was a message. The wreckage, the smashed equipment, it all feels like a professional, targeted hit. Think about what Steve did for a living. He was a digital ghost, a guy who lived in the shadows. His whole life was probably on those servers and hard drives. The goal here wasn't just to shut Steve up, it was to wipe him off the map. The ransacking serves two purposes. First, grab the main target, which was that audio recording. And second, destroy any related data, any backups, any breadcrumbs that could lead back to the truth. The state of the hideout tells us whoever did this was desperate and thorough. Tearing the place apart like that suggests they can't afford to have this secret get out. The existence of that 20-second clip threatened to unravel everything they've built. The destruction wasn't just about finding a tape. It was about sending a warning to anyone else who gets too curious. It feels like a classic intelligence move. Sanitize the area and remove the source. The real question isn't Tace's a powerful group took Steve, but which one? Let's start with the most obvious suspect. Theory number 1, IT took him. Or, more broadly, the powerful people who run the silo and control the story. It's the most logical explanation. We already know there are forces inside the silo actively burying the truth. Helen lost her job just for digging into Charlotte's case, which tells you how sensitive this all is. These are the people with everything on the line. That recording wasn't just a piece of evidence. It was the key to unlocking the entire conspiracy. For the architects of this whole deception, a guy like Steve isn't a problem. He's a full-blown crisis. They have the motive, the resources, and the opportunity. They've shown they're willing to do whatever it takes to maintain control. And making a hacker disappear would be child's play for them. We've seen this pattern before. Anyone who gets too close to the truth gets neutralized. They're discredited, reassigned, or they just disappear. By having that recording, Steve basically painted a giant target on his own back. The same people who orchestrated the mission are almost certainly the ones with the surveillance tech to follow Daniel and Helen right to Steve's door. It seems highly likely they moved in, grabbed their asset, the recording, and eliminated their liability, Steve. Whether he's dead or just locked away somewhere, he can never talk, the result is the same. He's silenced, and the proof is gone. It's a clean, simple theory that fits perfectly with how ruthless the silo's protectors have been so far. But what if the obvious answer isn't the right one? Let's get into theory number 2. A rival faction took him. The world of Silo is built on secrets stacked on top of more secrets. It's probably a little naive to think there's only one group pulling all the strings. What if the people who grabbed Steve aren't trying to bury the truth but want to use it for themselves? Waiting for a chance to make a move. That recording would be the ultimate bargaining chip. It's not just information, it's leverage. A rival group could use that tape to expose the current leadership, throw their power structure into chaos, and step in to take over. This theory adds a whole new layer to the conflict. A rival group would also have a good reason to trash the place, to make it look like an internal job, point the finger at IT, and sow confusion. They'd take Steve not just to silence him, but to squeeze him for every last drop of information he has. This idea expands the conspiracy into a much larger shadow war between hidden powers. It's more complicated, for sure, but in a world this deceptive, sometimes the most complicated answer is the right one. Okay, but there's a third, crazier possibility we have to consider. Theory number 3. Nobody took Steve. He faked his own disappearance. This is definitely the wildcard theory, but you can't rule it out. This is a guy who's a master of misdirection. His entire life is about not being found. He knows the game better than anyone. Think about it from his perspective. He was holding the most dangerous secret in the world. He knew that as soon as he was found, he was a dead man walking. What if, after realizing who Daniel was and just how big this was, Steve decided his only winning move was to get off the board entirely? He knew they were coming for him, so instead of waiting to be a pawn, he became a ghost. He could have staged the whole thing, trash his own lab, wipe his own servers, and just vanish into a new identity. By faking his own abduction, he gets the best security possible. He could even have a backup of the recording stashed away somewhere as a life insurance policy in case he's ever cornered. This theory paints Steve not as a victim, but as a master strategist who's always 3 steps ahead. It's a wild thought, but for a man who lives in the shadows, it might have been the only move that made sense. Now, if you're a book reader, you're probably wondering what Hugh Howey's novels say about all this. And the answer is absolutely nothing. Steve isn't a character in the original Silo book trilogy. That's Asterisk, Wool, Night Shift, and Dust. His entire storyline, from the secret recording to his disappearance, was created just for the show. And honestly, that's what makes this so exciting. It means there are no book spoilers to give us a clue. The show's writers have deliberately built a brand new mystery that's unique to the TV series. So even if you've read all the books, you're in the dark right along with the rest of us, watching this unfold in real time. We have no source material to flip through for hints. Steve's story is a complete blank page, which means the speculation is more important than ever, because we're all trying to solve a puzzle that doesn't have an answer written down anywhere. So where does that leave us? 3 solid possibilities. Was Steve taken out by the powers that be in a brutal act of self-preservation? Was he kidnapped by a rival faction as a pawn in a much bigger game? Or did the master of deception outsmart everyone and orchestrate his own vanishing act? Right now, the evidence seems to point toward theory 1. The clean, efficient raid on the warehouse feels like the signature of a powerful organization like IT. But that wildcard theory, where Steve plays everyone, is just too fascinating to dismiss for a character like him. But that's just my take. What do you think happened to Steve? Was it IT, a rival silo, or did he pull a fast one on all of them? Drop your best theory in the comments below. And if you have a different idea, I definitely want to hear it. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of Silo.